Hello, I'm Dinus the Mirror.
So I reached out to another friend of mine. I said, look, I need to go on vacation somewhere. Where should I go? He said, go to Africa. And not only am I going to go, I'm going to explore a new country. So I went to Tanzania, South Africa, Namibia, Mali, Senegal, Morocco, Liberia, Namibia, Kenya, the Voodoo Festival in Ouida, Gambia, Togo, Cote d'Ivoire. Sierra Leone, Ghana, Nigeria. It's been a beautiful experience, just learning more about our culture, our indigenous culture. So Uhuru means freedom in Swahili. I'm in search of my roots. In finding that, I would experience my Uhuru, which is freedom.
Till next time, Dinus the Mirror. I'm out.
There we go. Peace, family. I hope all is well. I hope you're what's today? Sunday. I hope your Sunday is going well. I know it's been a minute. We have not live streamed in a minute. So, happy to see everyone here. Let me adjust this camera a little bit. Give me a second. I want to raise it up a little bit. Let me raise it up a little bit. I see Brother Fitzgerald in the queue, back there in the queue. Waiting patiently, Brother Fitzgerald, drinking out of his that better not be an Alabama coffee mug, Fitzgerald. Better not be an Alabama coffee mug. Better not be, Fitzgerald. Better not be an Alabama coffee mug. It is an Alabama coffee mug. Oh man, here we go. Here we go. Listen, Fitzgerald was in Senegal wearing his Alabama gear. I had to get on him. Fitzgerald was in Senegal, guys. Give me a second. Fitzgerald was in Senegal, wearing his Alabama gear, his Bammer gear. I had to let him have it. Let him know who the defending national champions are. Had to let him know. Okay, now I'm at a gangster lean. There we go. Okay, then we're going to turn it this way. Okay, there we go. Okay, we're going to work with that. I had to let them know who the defending national champions are, the University of Georgia. But listen, that's not today's topic. All right, that's not today's topic. Before we get started, guys, please do me a favor. Hit the like button again. Please hit the like button. Also, make sure you share and make sure you subscribe. If you have not bought the documentary In Search of Uhuru, please go to searchforuhuru.com. Again, please go to searchforuhuru.com and buy the documentary. Again, please go to searchforuhuru.com and buy the documentary. I will greatly appreciate it. Again, I will greatly appreciate it. Guys, again, go to searchforuhuru.com and buy the documentary. Support and buy the documentary, family. I'll greatly appreciate it. What else do we have here? Tours. We're rolling to Nigeria for the Osun Festival in August. Again, we're rolling to Nigeria for the Osun Festival. Please go to danfo.africa. Again, please go to danfo.africa. That's DANFO.Africa. Dots Africa to learn more. Nigeria, Oshun Festival. Come and hit us up. Come and join us. Shout out to Juanita, who's in the chat room. Juanita, Juanita, I gotta ask you questions. Juanita, did the Guinea-Bissau situation ever happen? Juanita, did the Guinea-Bissau situation ever happen? Because that was supposed to be end of May. Am I right? That's supposed to be end of May. Did that ever happen, Juanita? I know you say you couldn't make it, but did it happen? Guys, if you don't know what I'm referring to, Guinea-Bissau, got my Kroger receipt all in my pocket. Guinea-Bissau is supposed to be giving citizenship to the diaspora who could trust their DNA back to Guinea-Bissau. But it's just, it hasn't when it came into fruition yet. So I don't know if it did. Oh, wow. That's what's up. That is what's up. So it happened. I wish there was some footage. So, I might have to stop by Guinea-Bissau and check it out. Again, I might have to stop by Guinea-Bissau and check it out. So before we bring on Brother Fitzgerald, we're going to take another quick commercial break. And then we're going to bring on Brother Fitzgerald and, we're going to discuss the past trip jazz festival Senegal tour that we just came back from last Thursday. I got back last Thursday. And I was supposed to come back actually today, but I came back a little bit early because I wanted to get back and really prepare for the month of June. So yeah, we'll be right back.
Alexis here, coming to you with an awesome sale of 25% off when you use promo code OHURU25 at alexisfowler.com. I provide services like digital art, logo designs, packaging designs, web designs, social media flyers, and much more. If you're an entrepreneur with a business or a startup company, make sure you take advantage of this opportunity, getting 25% off when you use promo code OHURU25 at alexisfowler.com.
All right, we got Brother Fitzgerald Stevens on with us today.
Give me a moment, Amir. Give me a moment.
Okay, are you switching out shirts? Are you putting on your Alabama shirt, Fitzgerald?
No, I'm trying to hook up earphones where I could actually better hear.
Okay.
Yeah, it's clearly time for me to get another computer.
Okay. Guys, do me a favor. Hit the well, it's not even a favor. You guys should be doing that anyway. Hit the like button. Also, hit the Cash App button. Hit the Cash App button as well. Go ahead and Cash App. Let me get the banner going. And you can super chat as well. I'm sorry, super chat. And then also hit the Cash App. There we go. Everyone, welcome.
Hey, Prince, put me down. I want to purchase another of the Search for Uru commentaries. Just give it to somebody, man. We'll I think you should have my credit card. If not, call me.
No. I don't. For sure. I don't save none of that stuff. You gotta buy it again.
Yeah, man.
Okay.
You know what I mean.
Yeah, no, I don't have it. I don't.
All right, well, man, we're gonna purchase. All right, we're gonna.
I don't keep none of that stuff, bro. We ain't.
Hey, I don't say that lightly, man. I don't say that lightly with cats, but I trust you. So shoot, believe me, cats ain't gonna have my financials. But I plan on buying one after the show. You and I can talk and just go ahead and donate to someone. I prefer children, single mother, single father. Just pick someone out the audience and just bless them with it. And just go ahead and take it for that.
Shout out to African Superstar who's in the chat room. Shout out to African Superstar. So Fitzgerald Stevens, you made the journey. You came to Africa with us. You came to Senegal. Just go ahead and the floor is yours. The floor is yours. Just how were you feeling? Give your thoughts. Share your experience.
Well, first and foremost, good afternoon, beautiful people. For the majority of you who don't know me, I'm Fitzgerald Stevens, from a personal friend of Dynasty Amir, owner and creator of the Find Ways to Win YouTube channel. shoot, and many more, but we're not going to get into this. I want to just welcome you. For those of you who have, who appreciate what this man is doing, like for bringing Africa to life, to those of us who, well, I guess I don't fit in that category. For those of you who have yet to travel over there, I want to tell you with an emphatic thing. I had a life change, and people often use those words, and sometimes it can lose the meaning of it. But in this case, it's absolutely true. I had life changing experience. So we spent a lot of time in the air. From being over there to the 21st to the 31st, you got to deduct 2 days of literally traveling, and went through 3 different time zones, especially when we came back to France and everything. And I have been wanting to go to Africa for a long, long time. First of all, because I feel an affinity towards the land. Second of all, Prince Dinas Amir has made it come alive to me. But once again, this is a personal friend of mine. You guys know him as Dinas Amir. I knew him way before that, way before the notoriety. To me, he was a 23-year-old kid walking into my office trying to sell me Aflac insurance. And we struck a friendship there in Atlanta, and been supportive of each other ever since. And so he started traveling Africa. One of the people had suggested he do that. Now I'm not going to take credit for what he has become and what he is doing now. Person that's always been in him, but he started making Africa come alive. Connecting the dots, shattering down the stereotypes and the walls. A lot of times you're going to be like in America or Canada or the West of things. They'll want you to think they'll use words like phrases like the darkest part of Africa. It is far from that. The darkest symbolizes like there's no enlightenment. Yet people all over the world are over there, but somehow they don't want you to go. It is. I met Africans who. But I was on the continent, and it was my first Africa trip. My first African country is Senegal. So Senegal is always going to hold a special place for me. Believe it or not, I met Africans who had no desire to come to the United States. Had no desire whatsoever. They were perfectly content right there. I met a beautiful spirited people, beautiful hearted people who would one gentleman told me, "Hey, you're an African who was born in America." That really struck me when I went to the Gorday Island, when they showed me one of the that was one of the entry points, so the door of no return. A Sudanese African told me, "Hey, welcome home, brother." And I really, really felt that. I mean, it's just the atmosphere, the sunshine, the food, the camaraderie, for those of us who experience a lot of the racism of the West, and believe me, it's very real. It's not, you're not imagining everything. And so imagine walking over there, and all of a sudden you don't feel that no more. Now it takes you a little time to get used to, like 3 seconds, but you don't feel it anymore. And all of a sudden you realize you got this like 80-pound sack of boulders off your shoulder that you don't have to carry around. You're not worried about being discriminated against. You're not worried about feeling less than because of the color of your skin. You're not worried about crime rate. I'm not saying it doesn't occur, but when I was over in Jakar and St. Louis, Senegal, I didn't feel like that at all. I mean, I was perfectly walking the streets by myself sometimes, and this was at night, and I was perfectly at peace. And that was carrying money with me and my passport and everything, things along those lines. You have to experience it. I mean, I'm trying to get more people to experience this feeling that I had. You can't read about it. Watching Search for Uru, that's great. That's a start. That's what lit the fire really, really in there. But until you actually have boots on the ground, until you actually smell the water, we was right on the Atlantic Ocean, until you actually get out there and talk to the people, until you actually get out there and greet the people, until you actually interact with the tour group who have your similar interests, yet They're there for their own experience, and everyone is melding together at a place where you really want to be. You have no clue what I'm talking about. And and as I'm talking to friends and relatives here back in the States on the phone, and in person, man, they can see a transformation in me. They can see like it's like a burden is lifted. Ladies and gentlemen, unfortunately, I hate to admit, but I have dealt with depression for a number of years. I'm talking sometimes deep depression. Now you would never know that because the way I'm trained, that I can easily make you think everything's cool when it's not. Because I get the idea a lot. I don't want to be a burden to anyone. Dynas is one of the few people I'll actually confide in as far as the real me. But it's been very, very strong, and sometimes debilitating strong. Yet I pushed on. I had not one single ounce of depression and anxiety when I was on the African continent. Not one. So much so, a very good friend of mine, I'd like to say my best friend, Jim Zigmund up in Connecticut, who I've been knowing close to 40 years, he remarked on that. Imagine a man saying that. Imagine a man saying to you, who you know for 40 years, telling you he have never seen you happier. It was evident by my face, my demeanor, and even back in the States when I was sending pictures back on to Facebook, and let my audience experience, because one person was telling me, hey man, you ought to send back more pictures. So that's what I did. I started loading up, and I started doing exactly what Dynas is doing on his stream, but just starting to send in a big pictorial. But I still say yet again, that doesn't do it justice. You gotta go. So Prince Amir does these things about 4 times a year. I think he's going to pick it up from there. Where should you go? Pick one. I mean, I know he does. I know one's coming up for Tanzania. I know one's coming up for Nigeria. I know one's come for Sierra Leone. But probably, I hope he goes back to Senegal.
Of course. Oh, definitely. Next year, definitely.
As you talk about having Nigerian citizenship, I've never been to Nigeria. I'd rather mine be in Senegal, man. And maybe that's a little biased, but
no, it's not.
That's the first country I seen. It's such an incredible experience. Now, over in Western Africa, if you are at an advantage if you can speak French. Fortunately for me, I did take a year of it when I was in college, but I give or take, I would have to be over there probably like 8 to 18 months, and I'll know how to speak it fluently by listening to it and hearing it. Now, can you get around in English? Of course. The native language of Senegal is Wolof, I believe.
Wolof.
And so, but of course you can move around in there. You go there you go there, you get your money exchanged because they use CF franc. You're going to spend a lot of it on the crafts and the clothing over there, which I came back and pretty much with a good part of that, but I can't explain the essence and the power of peace, I guess you call it over there. Now the sites, there was a statue we went to, and I forget the name.
The Renaissance statue.
Yes, and I've seen it many times, but I didn't realize I had forgotten it's in your car. Well, we went over there and to see this, man, and see the spirit of the people, the spirit of the people. For one of the things, oh man, boy, how do I say this without getting in trouble? The African people who I met, they're some of the most kindest, benevolent people at all. I wish they were a little bit more warlike. Perhaps it would have been easier, would have been more difficult to conquer if they were like that. But they just embrace you. They just welcome you. And man, when they and this is no shade on the other ones. Listen to my voice on this, but if you see this, if they see this right here, the melanin in your skin, I mean, they like especially drawn to you. Now you will hear those things like Africans don't like African American, and I believe that, and I actually challenged Dynas on that in my ignorance before I was over there and knew what the heck I was talking about. For that, Dynas, I apologize, because where where I get this theory from listening to other reports and hearing things. No, man, they welcome you. They welcome you. They are glad you're there. Actually, I found out they want to know more about me. They want to know just as much about me as I was with them. You know, we had a great guy, the Hamadou, which was a dynastic established relationship with him for 13 years. Now he's from Senegal, but he knows that land. You know, he just knows where to take you, and not only he knows where to take you, he knows the history of that land. He makes it. He makes it. He's almost like a living historian that's very versed. So the people come in there and how they're and what they interact. Now he tells you the real history. Now you know he tells you the real stuff around as far as with that, but the unadulterated history. Any question you ask him, if he knows the answers, he's going to give it to you. But the hospitality, the warmth of it, and the something in you like comes alive that you don't even realize that was dormant, but just by the mention of being over there, met some wonderful people. Rudolph from Philadelphia, Darius from Philadelphia, Sharon who lives out there in Ghana, Sandra who lives in the Netherlands, and all us come together. Donnie and his wife out of Georgia, and all these people come together, and we're all there for the same thing, just to experience that. Now I was like one of the least experienced. That was my first time being over there. You know, but I get it. I have a gift that I get from my late mother is I never meet a stranger. I'm one of those cats. I firmly believe you can drop me off anywhere, and I'm going to make friends, and I'm going to respect the culture, and I'm going to augment myself in the culture. So I sincerely have a thing to know about you. Now, what can we say? How can we wrap this up? I can go off with experience and experience. Book a tour. Book a tour. When I don't know, I don't know how other touring companies does it. I mean, I've been to one country outside the USA, and that's Canada. And Canada is so close, and we have so much common. I don't even consider that going outside the country. Canada's like going to another state. That, you know, for those who have been up there, especially those, you know, America, we're so similar. It's not even no big deal, you know. But going to when landing in Jakarta, Senegal, and it's about 45 minutes away from the city of Jakarta. You know, it's like the roads are different from what I experienced over here. I thought I was a pretty dang good driver. I've been doing it since I was about 13 years old. I thought I actually knew how to drive. Man, I'd be afraid to drive on the Jakarta streets. Those cats over there, next level. I mean, I probably saw one street light over there, Dynas, you know, and I wouldn't want to get in there. Why? Because, man, it don't seem like they have much rules over there. But I wouldn't want to drive over there because I would want to see it. I want to take all the sights in, and so are you. Now, what do you want to do? Everything you want to do over where you are in your respective city, you can do over there. They have jazz over there. They have comedy clubs over there. They have incredible fashion over there. They have incredible food over there. They have incredible day life and an incredible nightlife. Whatever you want. Jakarta is a city that never sleeps. You know, St. Louis is a little bit different. St. Louis is like rural compared to Jakarta, but it has a different feel to it. It's about 4 hours to the north. That's where we went to the jazz concert. And so guys, just go ahead and book a trip. I mean, I planned this out a while, you know, and I had some people that really helped me get over there, including including our host and another unnamed source. I like to say thank you to them. I didn't take this lightly. I took over 2 weeks, about 2 weeks. I've yet to go back to my job, go Monday, and I'll deal with it when I deal with it. Oh, that's another thing, man. I was about thinking about my job as much as I was thinking about running concrete on the side of the highway here. It just didn't matter. You know, I mean, I was over there to clear my mind, to absorb that experience in, because I realized I was in the point of something I'd never experienced in my life, and I realized I was in the point of something very special. And it was a powerful revelation to me when I woke up in my hotel room, which is incidentally right on the Atlantic Ocean. When I say right on the Atlantic Ocean, If I would have jumped in my pier, I would have been in the Atlantic Ocean off my balcony. I would have been in. That's how close I was. The view was spectacular. Waking up and seeing the fishing boats going on and looking at the sunrise and hearing the waves crash. I call myself just trying to keep listening to that sound until the mosquitoes start carrying me out the bedroom. So I had to, go another way from that way from there. But just to see it, the food, the hostesses, these are top notch professional people. And whatever thing you think you know about Africa, you don't. Not unless you've been there, not unless you got boots on the ground. I believe the website is Danfo, and Dynas would hopefully put it in his chat room. Go ahead and plan a trip out there. Where you want to go, hey, it don't make a difference. He does class work wherever he's going to. Now, my missiles are pointed to Sierra Leone. Now, why you say Sierra Leone, Fitzgerald, for your next tour? Simple, because if I go on AfricanAncestry.com, and run a DNA test, and I have and if I have any Sierra Leone blood in me, I can actually apply for citizenship, and have a citizenship just like our illustrious host has over there. And I want that. Why do I want that? I want to be able to get land and get property over there. I mean, when I promise you this, when you're over there, one of the main things that start going through your mind is like, man, how can I spend more time over there? For me, it's like, how can I live over here? So that gives me a new push to push my YouTube channel, to push my Bitcoin and my Ethereum business, to push online business, something where I can have the support myself to be able to stay over there. Dynas, you can have the floor, man, but I tell you what, for those of you, just look at it, plan it. And also, one of the big saving graces about me and the way I've been able to be successful in my life, I don't know, I wouldn't have wanted to work like this, but unfortunately it has. I'm able to do things by myself. In other words, you're not talking to a man like, if I need people actually to go with me before I can make a good time. Now, I would like to have companionship. I would like to go over there, spend it with some special someone and say, hey, let's go experience this together. But that doesn't stop me. If I want to see something, I'm perfectly able to get on a plane by myself, go in there, fall over there. I don't have to have anybody waiting for me and stuff. And that has been a big superpower for us for my success. So when I made up my the decision to go over there, I just knew I had to go. Now, here's another thing that's where I know how to go. After we had flown from France and landed in JFK in New York City, Dynas, all of a sudden that feeling started coming back. All of a sudden that feeling started coming back that I had to deal with. And then yesterday and today, that like oppression, like this weight on my shoulder, it started coming back. Now it was easy to throw it off because I know where I've been. And then now I'm sitting up there thinking, man, how I got to get back over there, because I feel like that's more of home to me. 58 years old, Southeast Alabama. My family's bones are buried here, but I'm not. And so how do I get back over there? How do I get back to that feeling, to that life, to that culture that I feel more of an affinity and a connection to than I actually feel in the land that I'm out of here. I didn't see that crab barrel spirit of black on black crime, whatever that thing is. I didn't feel that crab in the barrel mentality. I felt both masculinity and femininity with the women out there. I felt a sense of community. I saw a sense of family. I saw camaraderie out there. I saw respect of elders and respect of youth. I saw discipline out there. I saw people who supposedly they don't have a fraction of what we think we need over here, and yet they're happy. They're content. They're going about their day working. They're going about their day living. They're going about smiling, and they're making the best out of life. And they're making the best out of their day. And it's convicting to a man like me, because here I am, with things I have, according to some people I've seen over there, I'm a multi-millionaire over here in the States where I am, and so are you. You know, with my ability just to, go to the grocery store, or go to the gyms. I'm not saying they don't have them, but they don't have a lot of the conveniences that we have. Yet they're happy. Yet they're content. Yet they're socializing. Yet they're enjoying life. Their art museums are incredible. My God, Dynance, man, step in anytime you want.
No, Fitzgerald, the floor is yours.
Artists is out there you ain't never seen on their level. Artists, sculpture, African art. There was a bookstore that I wanted to go to, because I saw a book and I bought it. And but I'm thinking just some plain bookstore. Dynast and I was walking, and then we did a beeline to go over there. This dang thing was like incredible. 3 levels of African art and sculptures and stonework and woodwork, and it was owned by, I believe, a French gentleman. But the stuff that they had in there. There was a partner we traveled with, Mr. Darius, and he gave a great idea, whether you know or not. And I hope you're listening, Darius. Darius said, "Man, I'm going to come back over here with an empty suitcase where I can start buying some of this art." I said, "You know what? That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get me an empty suitcase and go over there where I can really, really start buying artifacts." But I decided just to take it a different way. I decided to use the way of Prince Amir. I want to go over there, get citizenship, and I want to keep my art over there, just like he does a lot of his, because I want to be able to reason to stay, to have a reason, like, hey, I want to go here. Oh man, I'm not really. My family has owned property over here in Alabama for almost like 150 years. So I can go out there easily, build a house and everything. So I'm like, okay, how would I do this? Well, I'm down there in Florida, renting an apartment now. That's cool. What would I do? Well, I'll just go down there and rent and just go down and use the address by my late mother's place, or my father who's currently living down there. And then I have my residence over there. I'm pointing my missiles towards residency over there, towards buying property over there. And I don't plan on making a long time to do it. That's me. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. Turn you on. I don't know. But I tell you what, peace when you're in it. You know harmony when you're in it. You know something is happening in your life when you feel it. Read about it all you want. Watch many Search for Uru's documentaries you want. Read his documentary and do all those great things. Continue to do that. Support this channel. You have no clue until your feet hit the ground, until that plane starts to descend and you start seeing the African continent for the first time, like I did. It is life transformative. No, so hopefully this is stirs someone up, and hopefully this has put someone into action. But you do it to yourself, you owe it to your family. As far as I know, now I could be wrong. As far as I know, I'm the first one out of my bloodline. I believe both sides of my bloodline, both mom and dad, to return to that land, since our people were taken out as slaves back in the 1600s. Now think about what I just said. Think about what I just said there. But I was the first one, and when I woke up that following morning, even before that night, I just told the Lord, said, God Almighty, just thank you for allowing me to experience it, because I knew I was in the mix of something special. And I went over there with the goal to enjoy every fraction of it. I can sleep on a plane. I can sleep when I get back home, but I'm not sleeping over there. Dynast, thank you for letting me have this time, man, just to share my heart.
Guys, listen, links in the chat room. And Fitzgerald, I appreciate it. And thank you so much for joining us on the trip. Links in the chat room. If you guys want to call in and ask Fitzgerald a question, or any question in general, please click on the link and call in. We're going to take a quick 45 second commercial break. Again, we're going to take a quick 45-second commercial break. Again, click on the link. If you have any questions, please call.
Alexis here, coming to you with an awesome sale of 25% off when you use promo code OHURU25 at alexisfowler.com. I provide services like digital art, logo designs, packaging designs, web designs, social media flyers, and much more. If you're an entrepreneur with a business or a startup company, make sure you take advantage of this opportunity, getting 25% off when you use promo code Uhuru25 at alexisfowler.com.
Hey, shout out to William Bradley. Shout out to William Bradley for the $20 holla. Again, shout out to William Bradley for the $20 holla. Appreciate it, brother. It means a lot. Thank you so much for the Cash App. Again, guys, if you want to call in and ask a question, links in the chat room. Don't hesitate. Please don't hesitate. Please, please call in. Again, please call in and add to the conversation.
I mean, we're definitely. Oh gosh, I could tell you about my experience, but until you get your own, it's just my experience. But my experience were good. I see some people have remarked in this show that in some of the comments, and I thank you for them. Like, hey, Fitzgerald really looks happy. He looks good. He feels content. Ladies and gentlemen, this isn't something I manufactured up. This is for real. And if I can bottle this feeling, man, I could become a multi-billionaire. I mean, I just generally feel good. I'm not worried about going back to work, although, my job as a sales director, well, that's what we do. See, sales, and you only good as what you did for me lately. I ain't worried about that pressure. Hey, I get it. I don't, I know I can still create. I know I can still build, find ways to win. I know I can still build my online business, because my mind, and don't tell nobody. Hopefully this won't get back to my employer. Hopefully don't tell them at all, Brandon, and nobody. My mind ain't there no more. Literally, I'm going through the motions.
Mm-hmm.
So I already know where I'm going. I already know where I want to be. Well, where would you go? I'll be finding your car for right now. It's just like I told my friend who tried a cigar for the first time with me over there, and I said, hey, listen, the way I started smoking fine cigars back when I was like 40 in my early 40s, 41, 42, somewhere like that, and which is silly to start smoking at that age. But what happened was, the guy who gave me the cigars, he gave me a travel case, and I've had that. I took that over to Africa, bought my own supply. But the guy gave me the right cigar. Now there are some cigars that are so strong they can literally make you drunk and dizzy. There are other cigars that are so mild and weak, it's almost like you're smoking a cloud. But what he did, he gave me the right ones at the right time, and so that's how I became a fan. Okay, so now put that in perspective here. I went to Africa where I wanted to be, but I went to the right country first. Okay, Senegal was the right country first. And how did I get into Senegal? Prince Dinas Amir. And what got Dinas in there? Well, he would talk about the tailors and how he would get his clothes, and how he would get his art. So, in other words, he was promoting it. And so I said Senegal is going to be being there. I said, well, why not? And so this is how I judge Africa, by Senegal. Because I had a phenomenal, great time in Jakarta. And so I told Dinas, I said, man, if I go on a tour and you said, Fitzgerald, all we have is Senegal left to go, I wouldn't be like, oh man, I'm so disappointed. I'm like, let's go. Because that I had a great experience there. And I know Brandon can understand, and many of you guys can understand in the audience. Man, Dinas, I had a friend of mine. He sent me a text. You didn't see that, man. He said, when you coming home? And I said, far as I'm concerned, I am home. You mean, now this is a man, just the first time over there, but it was the feeling, something awoke in my spirit, something that I didn't know. I knew it was a possibility. It could be there. I knew, like, man, I got to get the heck up out of America. I mean, I got to go see the mother. I got to go in there. I had no clue what I was speaking into life, but it came. in a case, and I said, as far as I'm concerned, I am home. I just deal with the United States. That's my birthplace. That's where my family and friends are. But I know, but with my mother, my precious mother who's gone, and my dad, who I talked to, my brothers, I could come back here. I promoted to my father. Now, Daddy will be 80 years old come July. I said, Daddy, he thought I was going to Sudan. So he thought, because that's what he said. Be careful, son. Be careful. They got a war on there. I said, Daddy, that's Sudan. That's East Africa. No, son. It's West Africa. No, that's where you're going to be. That's all that fight. I said, Daddy, it's East Africa. I said, but after I was talking to, I said, Daddy, you just got to go, man. You ain't never seen a place like this. And he said to me, I would like to go. I said, Daddy, the Lord's going to put me in a position one day I'm going to be able to take you. And you will understand what I'm talking about. Now, this is a 79-year-old man. Soon to be July 5th, he'll be 80 years old. But because of his son's excitement, because of his son's drive and thing, like he said, man, I really want to see the place, and I plan on taking him. I said the same thing to an uncle of mine. I plan on taking him up in Jacksonville. You see, you go out there and tell your story. And especially those who have been fortunate enough to be on these trips with Dynas or be on some of these trips that Brandon with Pan African Strikes Back has done. You go ahead and promote that, man, and get them, and that's what's going to get them your excitement. Not all this stuff. They don't see us the same, and man, I give two rats in about that. I'm concerned about the people, who want to have fellowship with me. My rules are the same wherever I go. If you kind to me, I'm kind to you. If you want relationship with me, I want relationship with you. If you don't, I could care less. But I ain't going to beg. I'm not going to let you get me hung up and taking away my experience. I'm going to have a good time. So what these men are doing, Brandon traveling over the continent. I know he's been over there several times. I know Dynas practically lives over there. Man, let's go. I would encourage you to rock and roll with these two men. Why? Because they're friends of the channel, friends of this platform. Obviously, they have boots on the ground experience. They know how to take you around, and you don't have to worry about being taken advantage of. Dynas is a personal friend of mine, and even if he wasn't, tuned into the show, as long as I've been in, I found to be an honorable man. Heck, I would go with Brandon. I would go over there. I wouldn't care. I would just want someone who I could relate to, someone that could really show me around, because as a historian, I'm there to learn, man. I'm not going over there to trick out, and find 15 women in 15 seconds and all that BS. I'm over there to experience the purity of the land, to get this renewed, to formulate a plan like how in the heck do I get over here? But when I say, man, I'm unplugged from my job, but hey, y'all tell them about it. I go and deny it. I'll deny it even if you show them this stream. Man, I'm about as plugged in as I am trying to walk across the Atlantic Ocean. I mean, that's gone. And I have a decent job. I'm in a great position, but there's like something more calling me. I'm 2 ticks away from 60 years old. I don't know how much more I got to live, but I don't want to keep fighting a lot of stuff. I don't want to keep dealing with dumb Democrats, Republicans, or whoever. I just want somewhere where I can go be free. So with somewhere I can go get me a nice little honey and get me a nice little garden somewhere and plant some mango trees and go over there and get me a fishing boat. Not like the one I rode over there. I'm just the sardine boat.
We'll tell that story. We'll tell that story later.
I could just be at liberty somewhere. I feel like I can walk down the street and be happy. Somewhere I can wake up and be at peace. And and so that's my dream. I don't know what is yours. Maybe Africa isn't it for you, but if you're listening to this channel, it's probably a big part of your constitution. But wherever that happy place is, calling it, go. Now, Africa has short circuit Europe out with me. It's kind of really short circuit the Caribbean out with me. It's kind of short circuit the South America. Not that it's not some great places to go over there, but it's so much more to Africa to see. It's 53 nations over there. I just went to one. You know, so what if I just got me a little taste? What happens when I start going to Nambia, which Prince is planning on doing a tour down there, Tanzania, Uganda, Ethiopia, Kenya, Eritrea. What happens when I start going to down those places? What happens when I really start seeing the pyramids in Egypt and seeing the land of Kush? Is what happens when I start going down there, looking at these places and talking these different cultures? Do you know Africa is the most diverse group of people in all the world? Don't get it twisted. This is not what holds them together. Culture and their tribe and their belief system holding together. This just, man, that don't mean nothing. It's they're very tribal centric. They're very, which causes them to be very, very family oriented. And you're going there to learn. You're going there as a student. And so Spellcaster put on there, hey, you got to hit up Nigeria next. Yeah, I know Dynas, that's the first place he got a citizenship. And Dynas said something to me that I'm really curious about. He said, we was going to all the markets, and it was busy, man. It hustling, man. I love a good bargain. I love just to haggle. I just like to talk someone down. Hey, man, you want a certain amount of paper for this? I'll give you this, and I give you that, and more time. I'm going to make it fair for you anyway. But all those markets we went to, Dynas said, if you're up in Nigeria is like being on Amazon compared to what you're seeing here. And that really, really struck me. So I want to see what's up there. I want to experience all that it is. And Andrea Kimmy is right. I don't like people calling me Fitz. You're absolutely right. Thank you for writing that. So I welcome any of your questions. Gosh, I mean, I could just paint my experience to it, but how did this all start? Because a friend of mine, who used to be named Albert Hollis III, decided to change his name. The second, who used to be named Albert Hollis II, who I met as a 24-year-old kid, who tried to sell me some insurance. And I didn't have a need at that time, or something was going on. I had a need, but something was going on. We struck up a friendship. He used to drive a Mustang, came in there, we met. He got tired of corporate America, or corporate America got tired of him. I told him while he's on vacation, when he's get to the thing, I said, man, you ought to go to Africa. And another elder said that to him. Lo and behold, he starts this little channel called Search for Uru. I thought of like a Lieutenant Uru on Star Trek. That's what I was thinking about. He grows it organically, like 112,000 people. He starts traveling to the continent. He gets citizenships out there. He's from Sacramento, California. Gets citizenship with Nigeria. Then he gets citizenship with Sierra Leone. I believe he's going to grab citizenship with Senegal coming up next. He starts painting these experiences and stuff, and so he starts doing what many of us would dream. His whole job is to go back and forth and bring the continent to us. So listen to this, compounded by the fact that I know him, compounded by the fact that I trusted him, and all these years he's been talking about these tours. I'm like, yeah, that'd be nice. I wish I could go. And all of a sudden it opened up, and I didn't realize the wormhole I was jumping into. I didn't realize it's like I jumped in the multiverse and I came out on another Earth that was way different than far as for what we doing now. I did tell my best friend last night when I talked to him. I said, man, Africa is superior to America. Africa is superior, not somewhat. It is superior. That's just the way I feel. Well, would you miss home? Now, why should I? As long as I got cell phones and access to plane tickets, I can get to America anytime I want. But far as spending the quality of my time out there, that's where I want to be. The university systems out there, the teaching systems, the culture, everything is conducive for the family and productivity. And it really is. Despite what you heard about the Europeans, how they try to change that, they still haven't been able to break the backbone of Africa's power, which is not her resources, it's her family ties. It's the way they augment with family. They still haven't broken that like they've broken it over here. That's their power. the family, the way the way they deal with family. You know, but everybody comes correct. Everybody, the way they deal with hospitality. You know, the way a lot of behavior that you see over in the West, Dynas, it's shade over there. You know that, man. You can't pull that stuff over there, Brandon. You know that. You can't pull that a lot of that this foolish stuff, man. They look at you like you got 3 heads, you know, and sometimes you just don't really feel to bring it up. So, man, I'm doing the preacher's clothes, but this is my real clothes. So hey, ask me what you like. But I'm gonna tell you, whatever response I give you, it's not gonna do you justice. You won't fully understand where I am in my heart, in my life, and on the stream until actually you have experienced what I did. Then you will come back and say, now I get it. My job is just to paint a picture of you, you know, but book a tour with this man. Book a tour with Prince Amir. See it for yourself. I mean, you know, how do you save up for it? Well, you know, quit buying the Prada bag for one while. Quit. You know, it's just slow down on your Starbucks coffees. You know, $12 a day. You know, save that money up. You know, for a year and see where it gives you. I mean, cut down on some things. Make the sacrifice.
Hey, hold on. Let me interject real quick. Shout out to Coach Donnie B's in the chat room who came with us.
Hey, Donnie.
Yeah, who came with us to Senegal for his anniversary, for him and his wife's anniversary. Shout out to Coach Johnny B for the $49.99 holla.
Yeah, absolutely great people. Donnie, I'm experiencing that stomach stuff too, man. Now that I'm back home, it happened to me back home. Because like I was telling Prince Amir, man, I had some milk in the refrigerator. I know it was silly of me. Had some milk in the refrigerator, it passed the smell test. Well, it's been over there since I've been in Africa, and I said, well, you know, I mean, it don't smell. It smelled good, so I'm gonna, you know, go ahead and get me a little taste and stuff like that, a little cereal. Well, I paid the price, and so good thing you gave me back those Pepto-Bismol tablets, because I certainly need them for myself. A great man, a jovial man, a historian, a scholar. I had the pleasure and the honor of meeting him and his wife, interacting with just like a real people. These are the type of people that you meet on Prince Dynas Amir's tours. Pookie and Ray Ray don't go. They don't go on that tour. Hood Sally, she's not on the tour. You know, you got people who really want to learn, people who are sincere about the continent, people who are looking to make moves, whether they tell you about them or not. But you got grown folks, mature grown folks interacting with you, and they would treat you like they've known you all your life. So, but Dynas, let's bring someone else in, man.
All right, go ahead, Brandon.
Hey, so Fitzgerald, I know. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, sir. Hey, how you doing there, Brandon?
Hey, good. Good to see that you finally made it over to the land. Yeah, so I was gonna ask you, was there anything about Senegal that you felt, say you were to move there, that would take some getting used to? Was there anything that inconvenienced you to the point where you were just like, okay, this would be something I would have to definitely make a big adjustment for if I were to move to the continent?
Short answer, no. How long would it take me to adjust over there? 6 seconds.
You like me, Fitzgerald. You're adaptable. That's how I think.
I mean, Brandon, it was nothing. Brandon, how do you adjust to tranquility and peace? You know, how do you adjust to that? How do you adjust to a culture that embraces you? How did you adjust to being somewhere where you want to be? How do you adjust to kind people, to great food, to great atmosphere? How do you adjust to not hearing police lights running down the streets, or not hearing guns up, or how do you adjust when you turn on your TV, which is in French, that you don't see people around up there shooting, and you don't hear about murder rates, and you don't see a whole bunch of sex workers on streets and all that? How do you adjust to it? You adjust to it in about 6 seconds.
I asked you that question because I wanted to show how when people make videos and stuff complaining about Africa, all that stuff is the mindset of the person. People try to take their limitations and put them off on other people. Like, we can't adjust to this because we like it this way. But in reality, it's all mindset. And it's all about being realistic with yourself. If Fitzgerald, you're a person, you know what you want, you know what you like, you know what you enjoy, you know what you don't want. You over there, you're like, there's nothing here that that I would have to do any real mental exercise to get used to. And that's how I feel when I go to Africa. I'm sure Dynas feels the same way. So when you watch these videos, oh wow, I hate this place, and there's this 5 bad things about this place. Listen, that's 5 things that they're looking at as bad. To the next person, those issues could be very minor or not even non-existent. But I'm glad you had a good time, man. I appreciate you coming on, letting everybody know about what you experienced. And you definitely got to go to Kenya because you can watch TV in English in Kenya.
Well,
So.
I appreciate that. But before you let you go, man, I'm going to take a few with Dynas's Liberty. I'm going to take a few things out of your channel, remind you out of your talks on the show, and mind what you had said. And I didn't really fully understand it until actually I got back home and said, but you said, no, we over here are addicted to chaos. They're not. You can get bonded to certain trauma, you know, and you like to have like a certain type of dysfunction over there. They ain't. You know, and you know, and so I had the mindset that I was going to have a good time before I even left the States. You got to understand that when I put that in motion, I said, I'm going to enjoy this regardless of who ain't enjoying it. Fitzgerald Stevens is going to enjoy this, but they're not addicted to chaos. They're not addicted to having to build their family structure back out because it's not tore down in the first damn place. You know, and some of you guys watch this video again. Stop at this point where I just said that their family is not torn down in the first place. They don't have to reveal. They don't have to rebuild. They just have to keep expanding on what they already have in place. Their families are their strength. And so you get in there. There's a certain way you're required to act, to conduct yourself, both male, female, and children and stuff. That is the normal. And then when you over there, like Dynas said to me, man, this is normal over here. And then so you got to come to the conclusion, like, wait a minute, the place where I come from, the land of my birth, that's not normal. I mean, I knew it wasn't normal, but I didn't really know it was normal till I seen, you know, how society is really supposed to do it. I mean, Brandon, you understand what I'm saying, man? You know,
yeah, what you're seeing is people living in a society that does not incentivize dysfunction and traumatic, traumatizing behavior. Like we like in America benefits from families breaking up. America benefits from kids being at odds with their parents and your parents kicking you out the house when you turn 18 and stuff. In Africa, it's like, dude, we need to stick together so we can survive. If we want to survive, we got to stick together. If we want to thrive, we got to stick together even more. We got to bring more people into the fold, you know, under good standing, under great circumstances. So all you're seeing in Africa is societies that are functioning the way they are supposed to function for the uplift of, you know, the people living in those societies. And the only elements and the European elements that are introduced into the society are the negative elements within it. Like if you look at the politics and stuff, yeah, those are European political systems. They were designed by Europeans. And there's no wonder you got a bunch of dysfunction in the politics in all these African countries, you know, and in the people who try to be the major players in those systems. But when you get down to the normal level, the family level, the human level, Africa is far superior. Like I swear, people criticize Africa and big up America over shit that they don't even participate in. People will be like, America's better than Africa because it's more developed. Dude, you live in the Mississippi Delta, talking about something being more developed. You live in the worst, most ghetto, most dilapidated area in your city, talking about America is more developed than Africa. But bro, you hitting the nail on the head, Fitzgerald. And let me tell you, now you see why we press people so much. Just go visit, because just the visit alone is going to change your perspective on things and give you a new understanding of the world you live in.
Oh, Brandon, I got something to add on to something that you had said. Now, I have to. I'm not really a man of assumption. I'm a man of logic and critical thinking. But a lot of times you say when we like the dysfunction, I assume you talk about blacks over here in America because those black folks over there, I assure you, man, no, man, those families work as a unit, and they're black people. So not all people think alike all over the world who look like us, man. I mean, once again, the power of Africa. The power of Africa is not her resources, although that is great. That is phenomenal. That you know that once they get a hold that they're really running the world, the power are the strength of their families. The strength of their families. Dude, I didn't see a nursing home over there. The elders stayed with the family. Why put them in? Why put them in the cage? You know, and why not learn from them? They could teach the youth. I didn't see that. I saw family taking care of family, like the sort of like the Indians, you know, from the nation of India, how the elders stay with them. I mean, there was no children snapping back at each other. I had a situation over there. I was over on Gorday Island, and you know that was an island where they used to take slaves before they sent them to South America or the Americas, where all over they send it. Well, I was on the ferry, and there's this one young lady merchant. She started working me, man, from the time I was on the boat till we got out the store. So till we got on the island. So she kept pressing. I just wasn't simply getting anything right at the moment. And so she got mad a little bit at the end, you know, and she said something. She came off incorrect. And I looked at this chick. I said, wait a minute, hold on. You talking to an elder? I said, child, I'm old enough to be your father. You tone that down. She instantly shut up. It wasn't like that. Who the hell you think it? No, but I said, you're talking to an elder. No, you don't come with me at that type of tone. You know,
Because everybody would have backed you up. That's the thing about Africa. What's understood don't need to be explained. And maybe somebody might look at you like a tourist, so maybe I'll press you, I'll get upset. And reality is probably behavior that she's learned from dealing with other people who come over there and she see they tourists and she pout her lip out or get upset and they give in and buy. But man, I want to ask you this. You telling me you didn't see one beautiful Senegalese maiden who made you think you might want to give it another try, Fitzgerald? Like maybe I could try to see what's up.
No, I didn't see one. I saw 100. I mean, like, man, dude, man, and my preference is slim, tall, dark women anyway, boy. You can start an NBA team out there, a WNBA team. I mean, it's just whatever you want, man. Whatever you want. You know, but for me, I just want to be happy and content and be peace and be at peace. Once I have my peace, that's automatically going to tune me in with my creative ability. And once I get my creative ability back, I can build anything or be anything I want. I know that about me. You know, and as far as relationship it comes. That's great. You know, I know what the type of man I am, the type of way I look, the type of energy I put off. It'll automatically be drawn to me. But here's the thing. I'm so damn picky now, you know, for the type of relationships I came out of, you know, but I don't really see in that. I don't see really being like that because I'm dealing with different type of feminine energy over there. Now, am I going to down my own country and say everybody bad over it? No, but it's much more rare over here than what it is normal over there. Okay, and so that's the way I see it. But yeah, man, it being around, if I'm around atmosphere like that, the Guard family, that value the same things I value and stuff like that. Yeah, I could easily see myself remarrying or selling down easily. I'm just not going to deal with any craziness anymore. That's how I look at it.
Well said, man. I like that because it's like, man, I'm telling you, like you said, it's just so much different. And like somebody in a comment said, "Oh, their family structure is totally different from ours." The reality is, it's not. We just have totally given up and let our family structure just disintegrate. Family structures are the same everywhere, fundamentally. We have just abandoned the idea of the nuclear family. The nuclear family hasn't gone anywhere. We've abandoned that idea because even in America, you see Mexican people and Asians, they still keep their family structure just like the States. And if somebody would dare to challenge the family structure or threaten it with the liberties that people are granted in the United States, they are shunned in those communities. In our community in America, we embrace that stuff. Oh yeah, she told him, and her husband told her this, and she disobeyed him and cursed him out and left and went and said this, or he went out running around with 20 women on his wife. We embrace that stuff. It's championed. People like you got people like even like Kevin Samuels, rest in peace. You got these guys, oh, it's about money. You gotta make this much money, and this money is gonna make these people respect you, and money is gonna buy you a
Hold on.
happy.
You bring up a great point. I gotta stop you. Please forgive me for interrupting. Please, but you said money. Okay, dude. I saw wives working with their husband, working with their children on the fishing business together. I saw them in the market working together. Now they ain't balling like we were so called think we are over here. Man, I mean, you shoot, actually, the way I calculate it, 47,000 a year, I can live pretty dang good over there. I mean, no, but very, very good over there for you, and not being strong at all. But what am I saying, Brandon? They don't, the material stuff, they care about the family first, and that they know how to work together. Just like sometimes, like the time Dinas have said that, like, you take the Mexican family, he has seen it, where the wives there right there with the husband and stuff. Now, are there American black men and women that do that too? Of course, but that's not solidified on a whole, not by what the news channels paint. But over there, man, everybody grew, Brandon, because you know what? We don't got a safety net. I need you, you need me. If I fall, you fall, the whole family fall. Ain't nobody coming to save you. This stuff got to get right. And there is a culture of shame if you out of pocket over there. Man ain't taking care of his family. Dude, he ain't going to go to the boys and be in peace. I didn't see any ill-clad women over there. I didn't see breastises hanging out and butt cheeks cut. I didn't see that. I didn't see any of that, man. And believe me, I'm a very, very good observer. Now, am I saying it's over in Africa? It's not over at no, but I'm only saying where I have been. But I'm big family oriented, and I'm very, very big with that. So I'm drawn to that, and that's where it is, man. It's like people, men and women can work together. We each have roles. One role is not more dominant than the other, but they go in harmony together. Then you got tremendous families, tremendous units built, and that's where your power is. You're in a unit with your woman, and she's in unit with her man, and the children in harmony. There's nothing you guys can't accomplish together. But this independent BS, I don't need no man, I don't need no woman, man. You get ready to die. And I think they really truly understand that. But Brandon, that's been their way for thousands of years. They just ain't started this. And even with the colonialism, it still couldn't break apart the family. That's what you understand. They didn't surrender their family to integration. Oh, that'll preach. They didn't surrender it to that. Not at all. And that's where their strength coming in, far as what I can see. You can expound more upon that. Dynas can expound more. Maybe I'm wrong, but I'm not going to back off my decision because that's my observation. I saw it all over that land.
Absolutely, guys. Links in the chat room. We'll take one more caller if you want to call in after the conversation. And we are rolling to Nigeria in August 6th through the 15th for the Oshun Festival, August 6th through the 15th for the Oshun Festival. Please go to Danfo, DANFO.Africa. Again, please visit Danfo, DANFO.Africa to learn more. Come and join us in Nigeria for the Oshun Festival. Shoot, Fitzgerald Stevens, take us away. Close us out.
Well, guys, thank you for listening. I assure you, this is not something I had to work out. I did it for a primary reason, two primary reasons. Number one, to give back to my friend Dynas what he has so graciously given to me by really helping me pull this off. Number two, to give you guys just a little taste of what I experienced. And if I could add number three, go on tour with this man for yourself. You know, if I'm lying, hell, I'll send you $50. You don't get anything, you know, out of my personal funds. But I know I'm not going to have to. But experience it for yourself. You're running out of time to do these things. You know, God only gives us so much tomorrows. You're running out of time. You know, and so no matter where part you go on this tour, Dynas is going to give you a professional experience. Everything's going to be planned. You're not going to be bored. As a matter of fact, you might have to unplug for him, like I had to do about 1 or 2 times, but because you know I ran out of engine, I just wasn't feeling well. But you know, I had to get more rest, but I came out. But you got everything's there. Just please go experience this for yourself. Visit the website, dogfood.com. You know, put in one.
It's dot Africa.
Dot Africa. Okay. Dot Africa. Look at that.
Africa.
And once again, let me be emphatically clear, because I'm trying to take care of 2 things at one time. My missiles are pointing towards Sierra Leone next. I want to go to ancestry.com to be to prove that I have Sierra Leone blood in it. Then I want to do a citizenship ceremony. So not only I'm going to get to go to another African country, when I come back, I plan on having citizenship, if God's willing. So we all have different things, man. Thank you guys for hearing me out. Man, it's a pleasure. You know, much love and respect to everybody. I just appreciate you guys listening. But you know, once again, as I stated earlier, I do you no service until you actually go see it yourself. All I can do is just say my experience. And if I was listening to me and I was seeing the energy and the smile on my face and all that kind of stuff, man, hell, I would be convincing me, you know. But so God bless you all. Thanks for hearing.
Hey everyone, thank you so much for joining. Like, share, subscribe. Until next time, family. Dynasty Mirror, search for Huru. Dynasty Mirror, search for Huru. Peace.